So my name is Gifty, and I am the emerging youth leader. I run the Effective Youth Program at Excel, and I have two special guests with me this evening, and I'm so excited for everyone to meet them. So why don't you guys introduce yourself? We'll start off with you. Tell me your name and what grade you are and how old you are.
My name is Salim, and I'm in grade 9, and I'm 13.
Hi, I'm Lakidan, and I'm also in grade 9, and I'm also 13.
Awesome. 13 is a good age to be. So you guys were part of the Emerging Youth Leaders program that we ran this year, and it was over Zoom. Now, how did you guys hear about this program?
Well, my sister was in this program last year in person, but I thought it was a good idea to join too because she told me about the good experience.
Wow, so you already had an idea what to expect. What about you, Gakidan?
For me, I think my dad was actually the one who put me in this program, and I think he heard from church friends and just family friends.
That's awesome. So you guys were part of this 8-week program that we ran. So we talked about a lot of things. And so we started off talking about leadership, and then we talked about emotional intelligence, boundaries, finance, investment, coding. You guys learned so many things that can go on and on and on. But I want to hear from you guys. What was your biggest takeaway from the program?
For me, I really liked the leadership part, and it's talked about how to be a good leader and to find yourself through emotional intelligence. I also learned a lot about the financing and how to be a good financer.
Yeah. What about you, Gakidan?
Like Salim said, I learned a lot from the emotional intelligence class on how to be a better leader, and I also learned a lot from the class where we talked about discrimination and racism. Usually when we hear about such topics, it's usually in America, but it was really nice to talk about this, not only just in Canada, but as a group of Ethiopians who just happen to live in Canada. And it also just helped me become more prideful of living in Canada, but also being proud of my heritage and of being like of Ethiopian ancestry.
So I think these things are so important because our desire for you guys is that when you're older is you are confident, that you're able to walk into rooms and know that the name that you've been given, right? It has so much beauty and pride, where you come from, even just knowing how to handle discrimination. And I remember, Akidan, you actually did a speech during the graduation ceremony, and you said something that was really interesting about when you were watching TV. Do you want to share with us that story? That was really cool.
So this is actually after we finished the classes, not before graduation, but I was just watching TV, and on Netflix there's a show about financing. It's called Shark Tank. And there was a group of people who came on and they were promoting coding for kids, and there was this girl who came on to, I guess, advertise for the company, for them to get an investment. And she talked about how when she learned about coding previously before the program, she used Python. And it was interesting because if I hadn't taken the Excel 8-week program, I wouldn't know what that is. Because I don't know, I just not know. But in Excel, we learned about it, and we had an entire class where Nati went into great detail speaking about Python, how to use it, what people use it for, and it was really interesting just in like everyday, in an everyday world, like to take part of the Excel program and actually use it. I guess it was really interesting.
So what we want is for you guys to learn life skills, and so now you feel like you can have these conversations. So I know you guys are very ambitious women. You guys want to do a lot of things when you grow up. I want to hear these grand plans that you have. So Salim, why don't you tell us?
I'm still in grade 9, so I'm not 100% sure what I want to do, but I think I'm interested in like medical field probably. Just want to become a good leader.
That's good. What about you?
Personally, I think I'm interested in pursuing a career in law and becoming a lawyer of some sort. And we actually had an entire class where we talked about career options, and it was really interesting hearing people's not only personal stories, but hearing how they manage around their life, how much money they make.
Yeah.
Because that's really important too when choosing your career.
Yeah.
And Mela, she's a lawyer, and she talked about how she went to the University of Toronto, what her experience was like going there, and the experience of just becoming a lawyer. And it was really interesting hearing other people's stories.
Yeah. Do you guys feel like having people that look like you teach you guys? Do you feel like that really gave you some comfort and some confidence? What would you say about that, Salim?
Yeah, that really helped also, and it's like they're good role models for us, and we can look up to them and share our experiences with them.
Yeah. So last thing, what would be the one word of advice you'd give to a kid who might be your age, who has never done a program like this? What would you tell them? Why should they join, or why should they check this out?
I would say that like it was a really safe place to talk to people our age, and I mean not our age, but
Yeah.
our ethnicity, and like people who went through the same things as us. And yeah, it also taught us a lot of things, and yeah, they would benefit from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically like Salim said, especially I live in Canada, so this is a country of people who live, who have many different ethnicities, who are from different countries, and sometimes you can't relate to everyone that you know at school because they eat different food when they're at home, they speak a different language, they have a different hair texture. But in our group of people in Excel, even though it was just over a call, I felt like it was a really safe space and open space, and it was really great not only hearing from our role models and people who are older than us, but hearing from my peers and people who are the same age as me, who are the same grade as me, hearing their different experiences, what they've gone through, and just learning from each other. It was a really safe space, and I would 100% recommend it. It's really interesting, get to learn a lot of fun stuff, and you're with a lot of good people. So yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I think that you guys are gonna come back and be leaders, right, in the future, so that when we run these classes, you guys can be ones teaching, right?
Yes.
So that's the hope. So thank you guys so much for being part of this. And in the next 10 years, we hope to see you guys on this side of the table.